Hey everyone, how's it going? So today I wanted to teach you guys this M and W ARP synth. It's basically a arpeggiated waveform that sounds kind of growly. It's very different, and there's a lot of cool features you can do with this synth, and I'll show you how to make it and master it as well. Here's an example I've put together. This is kind of glitch hop and shuffle. And let's see, today is actually not Tuesday, it's actually Wednesday. And it took a little bit of time creating this synth because I wanted to expand on the ideas of how to create very powerful modular synthesis and uh, for different ideas in shuffling. So I want you to listen to this example I prepared for you guys and have a listen. So I'm gonna guide you on how to create the M and W synth. So I'm gonna drag up my rack, drag down my sequencer. Okay, so every time I create a new synth or a new project or a new anything, I always right click and go to utilities and create a combinator. Now, if let's say you don't have a PC mouse, what you can do is you can hold down control and left click once and then let go of both in order to get this menu of all the different instruments, effects, studio effects, and weird utilities like pulsar, things of that sort. So I'm going to create a new combinator. Inside this combinator, I'll right click in the red box there, go to Instruments, and choose Maelstrom. For the Maelstrom, I'm actually going to attack the modular synthesis here. The only thing we need to do for the modular synthesis is just turn up the shift all the way. So I think that's 64, 63. This is as high as it'll go. For our modulation A, we're actually going to change this to a rising saw. So I'm going to attack the mod and what we need to do, and then the oscillators, and then our filters. So for our mod A, we want it to be on sync, and we want the rate to be 1/4. Then we want our pitch to be negative 36, our index to be negative 24, and our shift needs to be negative 46, I think. 42. So negative 42 for that. Then for our first oscillator, we're going to change this to a vocoder swirl. I think that's found in effects. No, it isn't. It's in voice. I'm sorry, synth. It's the last one on the synth. So it's called vocoder swirl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the index to 60. Or, yeah, 60. I'm going to take the motion all the way down to negative 64. I'm going to turn up the shift to 18. And for the attack, decay, sustain, and release, I'm going to turn up the decay and sustain all the way. I'm going to turn the attack to 44, and the release, let's bring that about 26. For our second oscillator, make sure it's on. We're going to choose Tibetan monks. And let me see exactly. Oh, it's in voice. It's the first one in voice. It's called Tibetan monks. We're going to take our motion all the way down for this. We're going to turn it up an octave. And that should do it, except for our attack, decay, sustain, and release. For the decay, turn it up all the way. Attack, bring that up about 46. Release, make sure that's about 30. Then for mod B, just turn that off. For our routing settings, we want to make sure our oscillator A and oscillator B are both routed in the filter B. I'm going to take this to a negative combinator for the filter B, turn on keyboard track follow, I'm going to take the frequency down to, let me make sure, down to 32. And we're going to turn up the resonance to about 36, to about 36. Then just, that's basically it for the synth. So we're almost there. After this Maelstrom, now that we've created the patch, I'm going to go to my studio effects and create an RV7000 advanced reverb. I'm going to take the dry wet to 20 and the decay to 21. After this, I'm going to create a Line 6 bass amp found in studio effects. I want to just turn on the compressor. Nothing else after this. Well, that's not true. Just turn on the compressor. After this, I'm going to go to my utilities and create an RPG 8 monophonic arpeggiator. Now I'm going to leave this at 16ths. I'm going to take the gate all the way down, gate length to 10. I'm going to change this to up and down, 3 octaves and 4/2. Then after this, I'm going to attach a a Scream 4 distortion unit found in Creative Effects. I'm going to take the damage type to modulate. I'm going to take P1 all the way, and I'm going to take P2 to 80 or 81, as close as you can get it. I'm going to leave the damage where it is. And for our body, I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to take it to type A. I'm going to take auto to the first quarter, so 24. I'm going to take scale all the way to the almost last quarter, which is 98. And the reso, I'm actually going to cut this back. I'm going to take it about 87. After this, we're going to create, from Studio Effects, M-Class Equalizer. And I'm going to turn on my low cut, my low shelf, parameter 1, parameter 2, and high shelf. For my low cut, I want to take this down to 102 Hertz. My gain to about -4 decibels, and my Q to 2, or all the way in this case. For my first parameter, I'm going to take this down to 187 Hertz, gain down, Q all the way up. For my second parameter, I'm going to take this to about 3.829 kilohertz. I'm going to put the gain all the way down and the Q all the way up. For the high shelf, I'm actually going to take this as low as it will go, 3000 kilohertz. I'm going to boost the gain to about 4 decibels and turn the Q to 2. After this, I'm going to go to my studio effects and create an M-Class maximizer, take off limiter, put release to auto, and turn on soft click. Make sure the amount is 127. After this, and the final step is I'm going to go to my studio effects. I'm going to create a Line 6 bass amp. And I'm just going to turn it on. And there you guys have it, your M and W synth. Also, there's one thing. If you have an external arpeggiator that's tempo sync, like I use my Akai MPK Mini, what you can do is you can actually modulate the rate with the arpeggiator. So have a listen. So thanks for watching me, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another crazy awesome synth. And maybe some tutorials too.